Welcome, everyone. My name is Rafał Pudeski. I'm head of Campus Warsaw, and this is Magda. She's a program manager at Campus Warsaw, and we are going to tell you a few words about what Campus is about. So, let's start. A couple of years ago, Google created a new initiative called Google for Entrepreneurs. It was 5 years ago. And our mission is to build startup communities around the world. We believe that the example of Silicon Valley as one of the most amazing ecosystems supporting the growth of early stage entrepreneurs can be replicated with the Google resources. And we hope that we can bring entrepreneurs to work, to learn, to inspire each other, and to build companies that hopefully will change the world. Why we do it? Because we started in a garage, like many entrepreneurs, and we have achieved amazing success over a number of years. And it's time to give back to the community. And why Warsaw? Warsaw, Poland, this is around 35% of the Central European GDP. It is in terms of the population and the size of the economy, and also the size of the Google office, which we use resources a lot, is the largest in Central Europe. And we believe that Warsaw can become the hub for Central Europe to bring and help the Central European entrepreneurs to globalize. And this is the network and the power of our residency. So if you sign up as a resident entrepreneur at Campus Warsaw, and the residency is free of charge, you just go to the website, you sign up, and you fill out a short form. Once you are at Campus Warsaw, you automatically are a member of Campus London, Madrid, Tel Aviv, and Seoul, where we have campuses right now. You also are going to be a Brazilian entrepreneur automatically. You will have a desk in Sao Paulo, and Sao Paulo is coming in March 2016. And on the top of that, once we have campuses, we also have our partnerships, the ecosystems around the world, in the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, Africa, and Asia. So if you're an entrepreneur with a product that you would like to launch your company in London, meet mentor in Seoul, talk to clients in Africa or Australia, this is the place. We are creating the ecosystem not only for Warsaw, for Poland, for Central Europe, but also a place where so many entrepreneurs and startups can utilize our network. And this is how we measure our impact on the ecosystem. So in the first half of 2015, the 385 startups have raised over $500 million among the campus and the Google for Entrepreneurs network. And we have created over 3,600 jobs. So we believe that by helping entrepreneurs learn, connect, we also bring all the venture capital firms to campus to connect with our entrepreneurs. We are not a venture capital firm, so we are not financing startups, and we are not taking any equity in the startups. So we are a platform which wants to connect everyone from entrepreneurial community to the mentors, startups, and VCs. So this is Campus Warsaw, which was launched 2 weeks ago in the old vodka factory. And we are a place, a physical place that anybody can come to learn, connect, and build companies. The heart of campus is a cafe. This is where everybody starts its entrepreneurial journey. This is the place where you can meet people, you can start having conversations, or simply come with your notebook to learn, with a great coffee and a fast internet connection. We have accelerator space, since Y Combinator showed that the best way to accelerate companies is to give them funding and mentoring at the same time. In the case of Y Combinator, they are putting $120,000. They take 8% equity, and they run the startup over the 3-month very intensive training. And they have built a number of amazing companies, also unicorns like Airbnb. And we believe that Accelerator is one of the best ways to help the early stage entrepreneurs. In Poland, our partner is Innovationest, is a Krakow-based accelerator. They already have, in the B2B space, they have quite amazing success stories. Yes. For B2C, we are inviting also startups and accelerators. We have a couple of things. We have 500 startups. This is a company which was hosted 2 weeks ago as a first contact for Campus Warsaw, and they are going to run the product. We are also inviting we are inviting Techstars. They will be joining us in the first quarter. We are also in discussion with many other accelerators. So there will be many. There will be many. Innovationist is a permanent member because they are going to do on a repeated basis acceleration programs and also number of education programs for early stage entrepreneurs. So it's not only accelerator, it's more. Yeah, Innovationist specializes in B2B. Accelerators, over the past 1 or 2 years, they started to specialize themselves. And actually it's very, very good, very beneficial, because when there is a B2B accelerator or fashion tech accelerator or fintech accelerator, they exactly talk the same language as the entrepreneur, so they can connect and they can really help them very fast. They know the business, and after a couple of minutes you immediately start to talk to an investor that really knows your business, sometimes even much more than you know your business. So definitely it makes sense to invite the vertical accelerators, and we are working on that. Another one is a Seed Camp. It's a London-based accelerator which also had the first session, introductory greet and meet session at Campus Warsaw. But this is one of the things we want to do. We want to bring as many accelerators as possible for various short format programs. And of course the co-working, Tech Hub is an experienced operator of co-working. So if you want to have a desk for 1 hour, 1 week, 1 year, dedicated or non-dedicated, you can use the Tech Hub. Sign up on the Tech Hub Warsaw website and start using the desk almost immediately. And Tech Hub obviously is not only co-working, it's also community. This is a very important component. So they stimulate the information exchange, access to mentors, they create demo days, so they create number of things which are very important for the early stage entrepreneurs to get and learn. And because if anyone sits at Tech Hub, obviously you can always go down to join one of the events at Campus Warsaw. We have 1 or 2 events, sometimes 3 events per day, covering various elements. So the community events, another way to inspire and learn. We invite everyone. All the events are free. You just have to register and go to the website and sign up for any event that you are interested in. So events are very, very interesting, also covering many topics. And what is important, this is something which we give to the community free of charge. So if you are an expert in a field, you would like to host an event for startups, you can also apply to host an event on the website and run an event. We give the event space free of charge to the event organizers. And we have a number of campus programs, and I give Magda, the campus manager.
Thank you. Hi. So I'm responsible for creating and building programs. As Rafał said, we have events that are organized by the community for the community, but we as campus team also organize programs for the startups, and we have 4 different types. So let's start with mentoring. This program is, these are actually 30 minutes one-to-one sessions with Google experts or industry experts, and we already run 2 of those on the 20th of November and on the 27th of November. We had 40 startups participating and around 15 Google mentors. So really interesting sessions because actually startups are coming with an issue that they are currently working on, and mentor is trying to help them and is trying to give them feedback, and they are both trying to find a solution. Yes, you have to register on the website, and this is something that we are organizing, so we really do care about the high quality of the mentors we have. We also ask startups to prepare for the sessions. So on the website you will have a form where you need to fill up all the information, because we want to know like who you are, what you are working on, what issues you are currently facing. And each mentoring session will be under a different topic. So actually last week we were, first session had various topics. We were testing, we are a startup, so we also test things. So first session had different topics, like for example, law, so internet law, marketing, a video, so we had a head of YouTube coming. Last session last week we had AdWords and analytics. And we'll be also, you know, creating different topics in the coming months. We are inviting inspirational speakers. As already Rafał said, we hosted Diana Moldavsky. She's a partner at 500 Startups. She came from the US, and she was talking about building a bridge between Silicon Valley and CE region. What is more, every month we will be organizing women's breakfast. And last week we were hosting Kasia Gola and around 70 female founders. Workshops and different classes. First class that we ran was with Magdalena Miernik, who is a founder of LukKreatywni.pl, and she was talking about intellectual law for startups. So basically first steps when you set up a startup, what you should do, how to choose a logo and so on. Also, we were running Creative Skills for Innovation Lab. This actually came from Stanford University, and during that workshop you learn, or we are helping you to understand where your inspiration is coming from and how to make it 10 times bigger, and also how to go from idea into execution. So really interesting, and it's prototype driven. Industry programs, we haven't run it yet, but we will in 2016, so stay tuned. I can give you one example from Tel Aviv. These are really niche programs. So in Tel Aviv, for example, they invited construction companies and they ran a short program for them. So that was like really interesting. You can see photos here. We will be coming up with ideas, so as well you can check it on our website. We want to increase diversity. That's also a Google mission, but we also want to bring it to all the tech companies. We believe that if the teams are mixed, then you will have better results. And that's why, first of all, we will have women breakfasts. Secondly, we want to run program Campus for Moms and Dads. This will be starting in February. And we are inviting founders with kids up to 2 years old to come to campus. It's a pre-accelerator program where we will be teaching how to set up a startup and how to run it in a very family-friendly environment. And I can tell you that in London it had an amazing success, and we see more and more dads coming as well. So that's great. So I encourage you to check our website. The application will be ready soon, and you can start learning from February. We'll be meeting every Tuesday for 6 weeks. Campus Exchange, that's one of our flagship programs that will be run twice a year. And actually we are starting on Monday. So we have chosen 7 finalists from 6 different countries from CEE: Romania, Lithuania, Bulgaria, Croatia, Czech Republic and Poland. And they are all coming on Monday to Campus Warsaw to have an intensive 5 days of workshop, classes, demo day. We will have a coach from London coming and giving them tips on how they should pitch and how they should present. We will have a full day CSI lab. We will also be teaching them on export tools from Google, but also from Facebook, mentoring sessions, and also, well, finishing with a demo day. We call it Showcase Day with investors. So we are really looking forward for that. And we do have one case study, actually one of the Polish startup, Zencard, and they are turning regular payment cards into loyalty and award cards. They came and they participated in the exchange program in London. Fascinating story, because actually after the program they managed to raise 2 million euros. So we are really hoping to have similar stories here in Warsaw. So let's see, and let's keep fingers crossed for that. We have partners. Rafa was mentioning this, but let me just tell you that in terms of programs, we have Blackbox, Startup Grind, and Techstars. As an example, Blackbox just ran a female edition program in Silicon Valley. So they invited 16 female founders to come to Silicon Valley and to learn and exchange the knowledge. So also, one thing is that you can apply to our campuses for the programs, but you can also apply to our partners. So it doesn't have to be on campus. And these are a few examples of what is going on in November and December. In London, for example, we just last week ran Fashion Tech exchange program, so 5 days for startups from fashion tech industry. In Seoul, we were running gaming program also for a week for all the startups that are trying to create products around gaming. And as I already said, Campus Warsaw Go Global starting on Monday. And what's our impact? We like to measure everything because we believe in numbers and we believe that we can improve them. So our team, program managers, we had more than 5,000 entrepreneurs participating in our programs. We ran 57 of them. And we also, after every program, we are trying to get feedback from the participants. We call it CSAT. And the average score was 6.4 out of 7, so really good, and I'm really hoping that in Warsaw we'll have similar scores. So the question is if we can build a really strong CEE brand, because if we can do it, it will be much easier to bring really interesting investors into our region and to invest into our startups from here. So yes, we can, but only if we act as a team. So that's why we will try to be a hub for not only Poland, but also for the whole CEE countries. And that's why we will be running programs where we are inviting startups from those countries. And we will try to encourage them to share the knowledge that they have also, so that we all can inspire each other and grow and go global. Few numbers, although I don't really want to concentrate much on those. We are aware that in the Western European countries, the numbers are much bigger than in our region, but this is something we'll be concentrating on, and this is something we really want to change, and that's our mission for 2016, but also the years to come. And the futures here is just not very evenly distributed. So that's something we are aware of, and we are going to work on that. So yes, as Campus, we want to concentrate on going global. We believe that if the founders are starting a company, they should think about going global from day one. It's not always obvious, especially in Poland, as the country is so big that very often entrepreneurs are just doing business within the borders. It's a different story with countries from Eastern Europe, like, for example, Estonia, Lithuania. They actually think global from day one. So this is something we want to change. We want to change the mindset. We want to inspire and encourage everyone to think about businesses that from day one could be global, and we will be supporting those entrepreneurs. Thank you so much. You can sign up on our website. Please visit us at Campus Warsaw in Praga. We will be there we will be really happy to see you there and to help you grow and to inspire you. Thank you.